Well, guys, my vision's starting to come together here pretty rapidly. I think this is going to be the theme on the old rusty Snowcat here is I'm going to be using a lot of trim lock in places to take away from some of the sharp edges and just to make some clean lines on the Snowcat. I'm really liking the weathered or the aged or the tarnished stainless theme that's going on here. It's starting to come together really good the way I want it. Everything's looking good in here. We got these side panels in, and this one I did all the way around. This one I had to leave some slots for cables and eventually for wiring.
Hello.
Okay, had a guy stop by and wanted to look at Abel. So what I did here, which I thought would be pretty neat, is I took some old used buckles off of the ECS cases that I've got back there that I'm never going to use for anything else, and I'm repurposing those. So I've got some of those buckles going on, and they're cool because they're all weathered already because they're old, worn out, but they're still functional. And I also took a bunch of these spring-loaded handles off of the cases. I'm not going to tell you what these are for. Well, they're to grab hold of, but I'm going to use them on the Snowcat in various spots, and you guys can try and figure out what I'm going to use those for in the comments section down below. But I'll give you a hint. There's going to be a total of at least 6 of them on Rusty. The wonderful Willow put together this chain vise yesterday. You might have seen in yesterday's episode that remember the vise that I broke? Well, I replaced it with this rigid chain vise. I figured it was a better vise to have on here anyway, so we can really beat and hammer on it. And Willow put this together yesterday, and she's helping out by tearing these old tracks apart and getting all the grousers off so I can start working on those when the time comes. But it's being a bear. She's having a heck of a time getting all these apart. I think she's been out here for like 4 or 5 hours, and she's maybe gotten like 10 grousers off of the 70 grouser belt or track system. So it's pretty interesting. But we'll keep moving forward on that. What else can I tell you? For tomorrow, no promises, but I'm going to try and get this front section done so you guys can see what I'm talking about. The center pillar, you know, it's probably going to be about that wide. And for those of you that kept making comments about my gauge positioning and stuff like that, you're going to see that that area is blocked out anyway. So what's the point of not using that space for something? As far as the front goes here, I got a plan for that, and I think you guys are really going to like the idea that I came up with. What else can I tell you? There was something else I was going to tell you guys, and I forgot what it was, but I'll probably have to get back to you in the next episode on whatever it was. But oh, and some of you guys were complaining about how this is going to hit your shin and stuff like that. It really isn't. I mean, there's quite a bit of space there, and your leg actually goes back like this. But I trimmed a little section of it off just for whatever reason. I think it looks a lot neater like that. More of a triangular shape. Oh, digging through all of my old parts and stuff that I have from my Subaru builds and some of the other vehicle builds, I came across something, and this will ease some of your guys' conscience on something else. I found a complete downpipe kit, or up pipe, down pipe wrap kit. I don't remember when I bought this or what the deal was, but I guess I'll put it to use on this shorty exhaust that I got going on here. Some of you guys were wondering about, you know, is the fuel tank going to get too hot? No, not really. It's going to be running biodiesel, B99, or in the worst case, B20. So that stuff likes to gel up in the cold. And having the exhaust right there will actually aid in the anti-gelling properties of the biodiesel. But what the heck, we'll put downpipe wrap on it just for fun, just because I have it laying around. And we'll keep moving forward on this project. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch through this series. If you're, been watching through the series and catching all the episodes. I know some of the most recent episodes are just a bunch of time lapse, and in reality it's because I don't have the luxury of time. Most recently, I really want to try to get the majority of this done before it gets way too hot out, and I don't want to work on them at all. So if I can get the majority of the welding and the cutting metal and all the itchy, nasty stuff done, I would love to do that, because the next bear of a project is going to be those grousers, and I don't know if I'm going to film all of that because those are going to be extremely time consuming. But if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber on my channel. This build is coming along lickety split, and I want to keep moving forward on it. And I'm really excited to get Rusty into a position where I can take him somewhere in an upcoming episode and do a break-in for the motor and test all the systems. But other than that, guys, I hope you're all staying safe. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.